Hi, I'm Derek. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the CNC and the prototyping side of the shop. This is our machine. We have a Haas VF2. Kind of how we do this and how we make our custom parts is we'd start off with either a 3D scan of the area that we're going to be working with. Say we're working on some taillights, we'll 3D scan the rear end of the car. We personally don't do that in-house, but we have a company that we hire and they'll come out and scan whatever we need or whatever parts we may be working on. That works really well because then I can bring the scan into the CAD software and model a part that's going to bolt on to whatever we scanned or maybe modify what was in the scan in the first place. The next step would be we would design the part that we're looking for and then 3D print it. We have a printer over here that we use for this. This is kind of a cool, unique machine because it also has the ability to have a laser head to it. So what that does is we can take some like 1/8 inch acrylic and I can cut out profiles and use that to just test fit stuff. It's a really inexpensive way to start testing the dimensions of the models and whatnot to make sure that when we go to actually start cutting aluminum that it's going to fit the car and look how we'd like. We can utilize the same model for the printing as we do for the machining. That way I can import it into the printer, make a complete replica, full to scale part, put it on the car, test function, and then go back, make changes that maybe in areas that we're not happy with the look of it or maybe the function of it's just not quite right. Go back, modify it, maybe reprint or just go straight into the machining and make the final part. We utilize Send Cut Send a lot. While they are very quick, they're not as quick as I am when I can just walk over here and laser cut out a piece of plastic and 15 minutes later have a piece that's very accurate. I can test to make sure it's going to do what we need to do, and then I can place an order on Send Cut Send out of whatever material and thickness it may be. They have a wide variety of metals and plastics and whatnot. This machine, the printer and the laser both work in about a 12 by 12 footprint, which is actually relatively big for a desktop machine, but we also maybe print half of it and then print another half and put them together. So we've actually worked with pieces that were say 12 by 24 and I just printed 2 separate halves and then was able to clip them together. So even though we're limited to how big we can do in one print, we found ways around it to test fit even larger parts. Our CNC machine has a travel of 16 by 30, so it's a bigger footprint. So those parts that were too big to print, we still have the ability to make the entire part in here. We actually have some taillights that we did were roughly 24 inches wide, maybe 25 inches wide, and then only say 6 inches deep. Some of the coil covers that are actually on our website, those are running in the same range of the, let's say 24 inches by about 12 inches. Those are some of the bigger parts that we have done and really kind of have stretched the travel limits of this machine. There's always ways around it with creative fixturing and whatnot that we've kind of had to deal with. I did some sill plates for the charger actually. They are too long to be cut in this machine, and so I had to get creative with different fixturing and whatnot. I could cut one half of it and then shift it over and then cut the other half while still maintaining a good tolerance and surface finish so there wasn't a big jog in it anywhere. So you can definitely get creative, and we figured out how to work around all the issues that we ran into so far. All of our products on our website are made in this machine. The coil covers, valve covers, all of our line clamps. We have some of our Gen 3 engine cover adapters right here. We've worked primarily with aluminum, but it can cut stainless steel or really anything as long as you got the right tooling. Really the sky's the limit. We can and plan on just learning more and increasing our capabilities with our own knowledge and tooling and just kind of see where it goes. You'll see on our website there's a little bit of stuff that maybe is custom. Some of our line clamps we do that we'll drill them to size. We have some stuff that's not a part of the production per se, like larger line clamps that are 3 or even 4 place. And we do that all made custom to order. So you can place the order, maybe you call us or send us an email. We'll make to whatever dimensions that you're looking for. We've done a lot of custom stuff, and some of it we never even talk to the person face to face. Maybe they're across the country and they send us a little bit of information on what they're looking for, and we just work with them from there and make it happen. One of the more unique aspects of being a custom shop with all the CNC and 3D printing capabilities would be that maybe another shop or just another customer comes to us with an idea for their car, and we can take that idea, give input, being that we build cars as well, maybe make a slight modification here and there on what we think is going to actually function better and make the customer happier, because ultimately that's the main goal. We could take their idea and try and craft it into this 3D model on the computer, and even go as far as starting to color code, make a taillight lens red rather than just gray or whatever it would be auto-generated in a CAD software, to give them even a more realistic feel, like it's a real picture rather than just a rendering of something. And then once they approve that, we can go as far as 3D printing the part and even shipping that to them, and then they can have a physical part in their hands, because there's nothing more difficult than looking at a part and trying to imagine what it would look like on your car, versus you get this physical part in your hands, to scale, to dimension, everything is perfect, and you can put it in the car and you can stand back and take a look at it. We find that in this shop all the time, that's the absolute best thing you can do. Sometimes I'll have something designed on the computer and think it's just perfect, and then we'll print it out and put it on the car and stand back and we'll be like, yeah, that's not it at all. We need to make some serious changes, even though it looked good in the computer. And just having that ability to go back and forth with the customer or the other shop, we found is, well, it's kind of fun, to be honest with you, because it's what we like doing, but also it's very helpful to the customer, because then they can get ultimately exactly what they want. Because sometimes from the start, you're wrong on what you wanted. You try something and it doesn't look like you want, or it doesn't function like you want, and 3D printing a part is relatively inexpensive. So that's kind of our best route as far as custom parts go. And then once they do approve the part, we'll go ahead and get some billet ordered and start cutting and making the real deal. A perfect example of the 3D printing before we go ahead and machine the parts would be these line clamps. These are actually not on the website yet. They're a little bit different sized, kind of go along with what we have, but a little bit of a twist to it. We just drew this up this week and then 3D printed them so that once again we could have the part in hand. This particular stuff took maybe an hour to 3D print, and it's completely unattended, so I just started it and walked away. So it really doesn't cost us anything, which is huge. So we can do this and then get the parts in hand, see if we like them. For this instance, we can mount it maybe on a car somewhere, and just make sure that we're happy with the overall dimensions, overall design. This is actually our second set of all of these, because we printed the first one, looked at it, Josh and I were comparing them to the line clamps we had and just looking it over. We made some very, very slight changes, but we made some changes and then went ahead and reprinted them. And if we had gone as far as making them out of aluminum, I would have had to make soft jaws and different custom fixturing and whatnot, which would have not only just taken more time, but I would have had to remake all that stuff and redesign all that stuff. So it's honestly the ultimate way to prototype stuff. It's been a really, really good addition to the shop, and I don't think we could have the CNC without having the printer, because of how much custom work that we do, and the prototyping is so necessary.
And by making sure we are happy, you mean making sure Josh is happy and doesn't make me change it 3 more times.
Yeah, that's an important note there. I'll be happy with the design, and he'll say, let's make a change that takes me 4 hours to make, but that's okay as long as Josh is happy.
He comes to me and says, I want you to look at these really close and make sure you're happy with them. So I looked at them and I said, how about they just sit on my desk for a little while and I'll think about it.
I told him to put them under his pillow so he can sleep at night, and maybe he'll dream about the change he wants to make, because the last thing I want is to go into machining to find out that he wants to make a change that resets everything.
Fortunately, that's never happened.
No, never happened.
How do you stand? Is that the... I can only see waist up, so I can stand like this. Hi, I'm Derek.
That's probably what I'm gonna do.
I'll just overlay what I just said on the... Hi, I'm Derek.
Welcome to the channel today. You missed a spot. Check the fit.